So I'm going to show you how I draw Mr. Wolf, and I start with drawing his head. And his head has two triangles at the top, and then his muzzle or his snout or his nose is another triangle. Kind of bend it in. Start. I'll add the details later. Next I'm going to do his body. So I first have to think about what the body is doing. Is he running? Is he jumping? And usually I act this out first. I start by drawing his collar and his tie. I don't think anything is going to be interfering with this tie, so I'm going to draw his tie next. And then his arm goes out. It's another kind of triangle shape. And his hands on his hip. And then I draw his belt, which is just kind of rectangular and goes across. But he'll be holding something, maybe, you know what, he'll be holding a donut because he really likes donuts. Then I have to kind of do that. I have to kind of think about what my hand does when I hold it. Okay, so he's going to hold a donut. This is probably where I would make several attempts. And I would usually draw in pencil first because this is kind of a special thing. I'm just drawing with ink right ahead. This is just a sketch. I draw his legs. They're just kind of these noodly long tubes. His feet, I just kind of draw these potato looking kind of shapes. I don't spend a lot of detail with shoes. Next, I draw rectangles for his glasses. Sometimes they're not equal or congruent or proportional, but now I'm going to add the stripes to his tie. This is where you want to look in the mirror, or just at least, what is your mouth doing when you're smiling, when you're frowning, when you're grimacing, when you're singing? How does your mouth move? Well, I'll give him a smile, but maybe I want to make that smile speaking, so I'm going to do that kind of crescent moon shape. Alright, so that's Mr. Wolf. So I'm going to put a little shadow on the ground, and I want to give some shadow on the left hand side of his body. I usually just make these little lines, and I'll give him some belt loops, a buckle. What could else be happening? I'm going to add another character. I like to draw Margo. She starts off with a circle head, and then because she's a rabbit, she's got these tall loppy ears. She's got circle eyes. She's looking up at Mr. Wolf. Triangle nose. Maybe she's smiling. I'm going to give her a t-shirt. So you see, I always start with the head. For me, the head's the most important thing. I think she is running by Mr. Wolf. To show a full run, I always have one arm up. Usually it's the front arm. And the other arm down. When you're running, your torso's forward. Your body is leading, and your legs are kind of keeping up. One leg is going to be up, and foot up, and one leg is kind of back. Okay, so I grounded Margo by putting a shadow underneath her. I'm showing that she's running. I'm going to put some motion lines behind her. She's playing a game with her friend Randy. So I'll put Randy's hand right here. Randy's off in the distance. Trademark cowboy boots. Kind of come peeking in. And then maybe just the tip of her head. What could Mr. Wolf be saying? I'm going to have him say, 5 more minutes of recess. I usually put the words first and then do the speech bubble. If you do the speech bubble first, you run the risk of not having enough room for your words. And I'm going to write that big and bold. 5 more. Of recess. I like to enclose the line and make it a little tail. Recess. Margo is going to be thinking, yes. It's tradition that we use a balloon that is like a cloud. And I just draw these little circles that go up to it. I like the idea of a ball coming into the and then bouncing out. And a character is going to be trying to catch the ball. They're going to be in that middle foreground too. But they're trying to catch their ball. This is Henry. I know it because he's a Dalmatian and he has spots. So I'm going to show it striking the ground here. And then it's coming in from over there. And because it's a soccer balls kind of have that. I mean, lots of different kind of soccer balls, but they all have those pentagon and hexagon kind of shapes. Let's add a sound effect. I like sound effects that are just the verb itself, bounce. Now let's do the setting. So where are we? Again, we're on the playground. I think maybe this is the classroom. Maybe there's a blacktop right here. And out here is grass. Whenever I draw grass, I just kind of, the color helps, but I usually just draw little lines. Let's put the edge of the school here so we know it's the school. And there's a little garden next to the edge of the school. Some plants. I don't know what kind of plants these are. I'm just drawing plant-like shapes. The edge of the building is right here. It's tall right here, but I do want to show a little bit of the roof. Maybe there is a window that we can see. I'll put it there just so we know it's a building. I don't have to draw every brick, just draw some. And that lets you know that this is a building made of bricks. What could be in the background? Maybe I will add some trees. Beautiful conifer trees like Douglas fir, western red cedar. I grew up in a town called Camas in Washington State, and the playground we had when I was a kid was amazing. There were trees everywhere. In the back there was a fence, and beyond the fence was just a forest. And oftentimes we would play soccer next to the fence, and if our ball went over the fence, we had to ask the teacher if we could go over to reclaim our balls to collect them. And I always imagined what else was beyond the fence. Were there lots of hidden balls way back there that had never been claimed? In Mr. Wolf's class, there's also these rats. The rats wear clothes. So are they really animals? But they are sneaky. So if you're helpful to them, they will be helpful to you. I'm going to draw like those bars, the monkey bars that you can swing across. And those that they have two sides. But since I'm using pen right now, I can't erase, so I'm just kind of hoping I get it right. Maybe here's my fence. Whoops. So my fence isn't perfect because but that's fine. I'm kind of running out of space. Let me just fill it in and with grass. And I'll continue that fence. And then I'm going to scan this drawing, and then I'm going to put it up on my website, MrWolfsClass.com, and you can download it and color it, And then I'm going to put up some other art activities for people to do as well. And I hope you enjoyed watching me draw Mr. Wolf, Margo, Randy, Henry, a rat, a soccer ball, and Hazelwood School's playground. And stay safe and be healthy. Bye.